We start the chapter Rain, Thunder and Lightning, chapter 14 on page 196, 197 and 198. We know what is electricity or what is current. The flow of electron through the conductor is called electric current. Then what is the difference between electric current and static electricity? Electric current continuously flow from one direction, that is high potential area to less potential area, whereas static electricity is occurred due to transfer of electron from one object to another object while rubbing. When you rub two materials one another, what happens? The transfer of electricity occurs from one material to another material. This is called static electricity. Such accumulation of charge over the object is called static electricity. Activity 1 is of static electricity, that is electricity charged on dropping particles. Here you are taking plastic comb and small pieces of paper. Rub the plastic comb against your hair. The comb attains static electricity because some of the electron transferred from our hair to comb. Now keep this charged comb immediately over the small pieces of paper. You might be noticing some of the papers cling to the comb because the comb is attained negative charge. So in order to attain stability, they are passing that excess charge to the paper. So the comb is discharged and it attains again back to the original state, that is neutral state. Comb transferred that excess electron to the paper. Activity 2 is also how to make balloon electrically charged or how to make static electricity on balloon. Here materials required are balloons. Now take a balloon and inflate the balloon and rub the balloon against your hair. What will happen? It will be the balloon gets charged. How will you prove? After rubbing the balloon, keep the balloon against the wall. It gently sticks to the wall. This shows that balloons gets electrically charged or it attains static electricity. There are two kinds of charge particles, that is positive and negative charge particles. Charge particles are discovered by Benjamin Franklin. Such charge particles are denoted by plus and minus sign. Now look at this activity 3 first diagram. These two ebonite rods are rubbed with wool. Since it is rubbed with wool, both attain same negative charge. On rubbing ebonite rod against the wool, ebonite rod gets negative charge and the wool gets positive charge. So here both the ebonite rods are rubbed with wool. So both the ebonite rod gets negative charge. So when you bring both the rods together, due to similar charge, they repel each other because both are having negative charge over that. So when you bring both the rods, negative charge rods together, they repel each other. In second case, one ebonite rod is rubbed against wool and the other rod is rubbed against silk. So when the ebonite rod is rubbed with the wool, ebonite rod gets negative charge. The same way when the other ebonite rod is rubbed with silk, that ebonite rod get positive charge. So now if you bring these two rods closer, they attract each other because both carry opposite charge. In third case, the repulsion occurs between two rods because both attain positive charge. Both the rods carry positive charge because both the rods are rubbed against silk. So when you rub against a silk, this rod attains positive charge. Since both the rods are positive charge, when they bring close together, they repel each other. From this we understand that like charges repel and like charges attract each other. This is an electroscope which is used to detect a charge on a body. This is a setup glass rod. Inside one metal rod is there, and the end of the metal rod, this is gold foil, thin gold foil, and it is suspended with the help of cork. Over the cork, you are going to take a rod which is rubbed with silk. So I told you when the rod is rubbed with the silk, the rod attains positive charge. When you bring this positive charge rod near the metal dish, what happened? These two leaves, golden leaves, repel each other because positive charge here it is more. So more area through less area go, this positive charge transferred. Since both the leaf carry positive charge, they repel same charge, so they repel each other. Now you remove this glass rod. What happened? It is in diverged position. Golden leaves still it repel each other because it carries positive charge. Both the leaves having positive charge. So it is similar charge. So they repel each other. Now what you are going to do? How will you discharge then? You are going to touch your hand with to the metal disc. What happened? It comes closer. The leaves come closer. How? The charge is discharged. The excess positive charge transferred through our body, and it is transferred to the earth. Finally, both the leaves come closer. Both the golden leaves come closer after discharging. The same way, you are going to repeat this with ebonite rod. Ebonite rod rubbed with wool. When you rub the ebonite rod with wool, the ebonite rod attain negative charge. Now bring this negative charge ebonite rod to the metallic disc. What will happen? The same manner. Ebonite rod is rich in negative charge, so more area to less area it flows no electron. So this electron flows to this metal disc through this golden leaves, and the golden leaves, both the leaves at a negative charge, so they repel each other. Again, how will you discharge? You are going to touch it. The excess electron from the leaf come back to our body, and it goes to the earth. Both the leaf and electroscope come back to the original state, and it is converged. Now we move on the topic charge in atmosphere or atmospheric electricity. Benjamin Franklin is the first scientist who proved that clouds build up charges when clouds are come in contact with one another. Once this Benjamin Franklin, what he did, he flew a kite which was made of silk, and he tied a silk thread to the kite. In between the thread, he tied a metal key also. He observed that there was a flash of lightning in the clouds, and he received electric shock also because due to rain, what happened? The silk thread became wet, and the key which is connected to that, the electron flow from this cloud through this kite. That means through the silk thread to the key, and suddenly he got electric shock also. And when he touched the key, he felt that the key was warm. How does this cloud attain this charge? When this water cycle occurs, the water from the surface, water body, goes in the form of water vapor. This is light air, so rises up. At the same time, top area at the high altitude from the surface, what happened? That is cool area, cool air. So cool air, heavy air come down, and the warm air rises up from the surface. What will happen? Due to this friction occurs. Due to this friction, some of the charged particles from this dry air transfer to that contains water particle. So you know that what is cloud that contains water vapor is called cloud. So now this clouds attain charge because of rubbing this air with cold air. Due to such a friction, due to rubbing nature of these clouds and air, the accumulation of charged particles occurs in the cloud. So when the charged particles are heavy, they are unstable, and they discharge those electrons in the form of lightning. Those electrons will be reaching to the earth, and earth will have positive charge. They will take those electrons and discharge into the earth. Then how does this thunder sound occurs during lightning or rainy season? When the lightning comes, it produces much heat. So when it travels through the earth, this air particle, due to heat of this lightning, it expands. Such a rapid expansion, sudden expansion of air produces loud sound, creates loud sound. Such a sound is called thunder. Thus we get rain, which is accompanied with lightning and thunder, which create much damage to our lives. That is what every building, it is raised up with lightning conductor. It is an instrument which discharge those lightning, which protect us from this damage. Look at this. This is a lightning conductor which is raised in the top high building. This lightning conductor is made of long metal and having spikes on its top, and the lower end is earthen to the earth. Lower end of this conductor is connected to the earth, connected inside the earth. This is called earthing. There are some uses of lightning also, because lightning, the strong bond between the nitrogen atom which is present in the atmosphere, breaks down and such broken nitrogen is mixing with the water, oxygen present in the atmosphere form nitric acid, which in turn this nitric acid reaches the soil and mix with the compound to form nitrate. This nitrate compound will be used by the plant for their better growth. Also, this lightning breaks the atmospheric oxygen and make the compound ozone. This ozone all form a layer which is a protective layer which protect us from ultraviolet radiation from the sun, which is produced from the sun. So this layer acts as a protector for our earth organisms. Also, we need to take some steps during thunderstorms. Don't stay in the open place. Don't take shelter under trees because you may get shocked during lightning. Switch off all the electrical appliances like TV, radio. Stay away from the electric poles or metal objects.